Hello, dear friends. The topic of today's short video is the limits we never knew. Join me on this story full of wisdom and beauty, and let me prove to you that the limits humans set for themselves often are surprisingly imaginary. I once met a cab driver from Africa. It was around the time Usain Bolt shattered the world record, when the whole world was talking about speed, talent, and the limits of the human body. I stepped into the cab expecting a normal ride, but sometimes the most ordinary moments carry the most extraordinary lessons. The driver, soft-spoken and warm, heard the news on the radio about Bolt's victory. He smiled and said, "You know, I am something of a runner myself." I laughed lightly. "Oh yeah," I said, "you run too." He nodded. "Actually, everyone in my village does. We're used to running dozens of miles every day without feeling fatigue." I was stunned. Dozens of miles every day. Naturally, I asked the question many people would ask. Why, how, what's the secret? Genetics, diet, training. He paused for a moment, and then he said something I never forgot. We never thought of it as a challenge. There was no one to tell us it was hard, so we never set limits for ourselves. We just ran. And just like that, in the middle of a routine cab ride, a stranger handed me one of the greatest lessons about human potential. Think about it. How many limits in your life are real? And how many exist only because someone told you they were there? That cab driver and his village didn't read books on optimal performance. They didn't watch motivational speeches about mindset. No one brought them scientific graphs about stamina or peak output. No one ever said, "This is too far, this is too much, this is impossible." So they ran. Not because they believed they were exceptional, but because they never learned to doubt themselves. This is the kind of power that lives inside human beings when they are unburdened by fear, comparison, and outside expectations. It's the kind of power you and I still carry, but often forget. We grow up hearing words like, "That's difficult," "That's unrealistic," "That's not for people like you." And slowly, we start to build fences around our dreams. Invisible fences, but strong enough to hold us in place. We start to believe that only the gifted can succeed. Only the lucky can rise. Only the chosen can excel. But what if that's not true? What if you are capable of far more than you've ever imagined? Not because you need special genes, or perfect conditions, or exceptional talent, but because you have been limiting yourself without even knowing it. What if the barrier you think is in front of you was never real? The difference between extraordinary and ordinary is often just perception. The cab driver didn't see miles as a trial. He saw them as a path. He didn't see running as suffering. He saw it as life. He didn't see a limit. He saw possibility. What would happen if you lived that way? What dream would you chase if you did know it was hard? What project would you start if you did know it was risky? What version of yourself would you become if you did know it was unrealistic? Sometimes the strongest chains are the ones we never notice. And the greatest freedom is discovering they were never locked. That cab driver gave me more than conversation. He gave me perspective. We often wait for permission to try. We wait for perfect timing. We wait for confidence. We wait for guarantees. But life doesn't give guarantees. Life gives opportunities. Disguised as challenges, disguised as effort, disguised as miles we haven't run yet. And the truth is simple. Your potential is not defined by what you have been told. It is defined by what you dare to believe is possible. You are capable of more. Stronger than you think. Greater than you know. So the next time you face something that looks difficult, intimidating, or impossible, remember the words of that cab driver. We didn't know it was hard. And maybe, just maybe, you'll find that the limits you thought were blocking you are nothing more than shadows, fading behind you as you begin to run. If you enjoyed this inspirational story, please like, share, and subscribe this channel for more such stories helping you to grow and develop your inner powers. Stay focused, stay inspired, and rethink your supposed limitations. Until next time, dear friends.